Caution! You're about to digest a product referred to as the Not So Yucky news. This news product is not recommended for viewers who have an insatiable need to swim in negativity. If after viewing the Not So Yucky news you find yourself developing a strong emotional attachment to it, we recommend doubling or even tripling your dosage. This product contains copious amounts of positive, inspirational, educational, and entertaining occurrences. Side effects from watching this program may include smiling, laughter, optimism, the perception of free flight, and extended periods of giddiness. In some cases, positive cerebral development was noted in non-laboratory humans. If carefree euphoria longer than 4 hours occurs, share it with a friend. This program does not require a prescription or copay of any kind. Please use flagrantly.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Not So Yucky news on the Braincasting Company Network at Bally's Hotel and Casino in fabulous Las Vegas. I am Christina Vitaliano. I'll be your host today. And, well, what is the Not So Yucky news? It's news that's not yucky. It's really that simple. So, how about we kick off today's headline news? I think most of us have heard about elves, and they know that elves and Christmas go hand in hand. But what exactly do we know about these things? Where did they come from? How did they exist? Well, one thing we do know is they appear to be youthful, they're immortal, and they have magical powers. And they live in these little abodes in the forest somewhere, some secret little place. And those are things we think we know about them. Well, the elves are originally seen to be the creation of German paganism. And elves and fairies are highly associated with a mushroom known as Amanita muscaria, so also known as a magic mushroom. So I'm going to leave that right there for a bit, okay? So centuries ago, people believed that elves and gnomes were actually guarded against, they were there to guard your homes against evil. And if you were good, the elves would be good to you. And if you were bad, the elves would play tricks on you, like giving you nightmares by standing on your head while you're sleeping or stealing your sausages. Hopefully, not a metaphor there. So anyway, by the mid-1800s, thankfully, Scandinavian writers took a new story with the elves and they made them into helpers of Father Christmas, aka Santa Claus. So now we have elves helping Santa and designing toys and making wonderful happiness for people all over the world. And the rumor has it there are actually 6 very important elves that actually keep all of the other elves and Santa together. So who are these 6 elves? And do they have names? Do they have responsibilities? You bet. Elf number 1 is called Alabaster Snowball. He is the administrator of the naughty and nice list. So in short, this is the important guy, all right? Elf number 2 is called Bushy Evergreen. I didn't make these names up, by the way. This is what I got. This is what I've been told. Anyway, Bushy Evergreen is the inventor of the magic toy making machine. Also, for those of us who like toys, super important. Elf number 3 is Peppermint Sticks. It's a very serious looking dude. Anyway, he's a guardian of the secret of where Santa actually lives. So yes, we all know about the North Pole, but where does Santa sleep? This serious guy, he knows. Number 4 is Shiny Up-a-Tree. Again, no responsibility on the naming of these guys. This is the oldest friend of Santa, obviously. And he's a co-founder of the secret Santa village land in the North Pole. Number 5 is Sugar Plum Mary. She looks really happy, by the way. She is the head of sweets and candy, and she's also known as Merry Christmas. And she's pretty much Mrs. Claus's assistant, so she probably knows everything about you. All right, number 6, and lastly, we have One Horse Open Sleigh. Weirdest names ever. Anyway, this is the designer of Santa's sleigh. He takes care of the reindeer, and he's the guy that's responsible for the amount of speed that Santa can go and get all of this done in one night. So absolutely, Santa Claus is an important figure, but without his 6 major elves, we wouldn't have Christmas every year. So How's that for some headline news and a little bit of information? I think it's time to take a roadside trip. Welcome to Roadside America today, or should we call it Roadside Santa? So we're keeping with this festive theme, and we're going to feature 3 massive Santa Clauses. So number 1 is actually off of Route 101 in Oxnard, California. He hasn't been there all of his life, and he's been around for about 50 plus years. Originally, he was actually on Santa Claus Lane in a smaller town, and over the years he had become run down, and it was time to redo him, so people wanted to move him where he could be more easily seen. So there he sits, and he's been around for a long time, and if you happen to be driving by, please stop, say hi to Massive Santa, and take a photo. Coming up next, we are going to go to Frankenmuth, Michigan. So I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Also known as Little Bavaria. This is where the world's largest Christmas store is located. It actually sits on 27 acres. This is Bronner's Christmas Wonderland. Amazing place. Kind of cool, huh? So if you happen to be out in the middle of Michigan, or you're looking for a very festive roadside trip, this is a great place to go. You could spend days there. You can get lost. The founder of this place actually believed so much in Christmas and so much in peace and love that he decided that the days that he would work would be any day ending in Y. So hats off to a very, very passionate founder. Place is still going strong today. Wonderful place to visit. And they, of course, have a massive Santa Claus. So again, take a photo, say hi to Santa, tell him what you want for Christmas, and move on. Because we are actually going up to Davis, Alaska. And in Davis, Alaska, there is literally the world's biggest Santa Claus. He stands at 42 feet tall. Big guy. And Davis, Alaska, which was its original name, is now legally named the North Pole. So yeah, you can go up and you can visit the North Pole. Kind of cool, huh? You can tell the giant Santa what you want. We can't see real Santa because he's a secret because those elves have stashed him somewhere. Remember from headline news? So anyway, North Pole, very cool places where everything happens. And if you are mailing a letter to Santa, this is the place that it's going to go to. And they get nearly 500,000 letters mailed every year to Santa Claus. And if you're going to mail a letter, it is to Dear Santa Claus, North Pole, zip code 99705, and that gets to Santa. So tell your friends, tell your children. If you're an adult, go on in. I would mail a letter to Santa. So at this point, I think with all the festivities coming up, let's hear what our little kids have to say.
Hi everyone, my name's Ava, I'm 11 years old, and I know things. Welcome to Ava's Advice. I'm here to give you advice. Welcome to the Thanksgiving special of Ava's Advice. Thank you everybody who sent in questions, so now let's read some. This question says, Dear Ava, is it true that the turkey was almost America's national bird? Eric. Well, Eric, the answer is yes. One of our founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin, thought it was the perfect idea for the turkey to be the national bird. But I don't think it was Ben's greatest idea. Because we eat turkey on Thanksgiving. And imagine if the turkey was the state bird. Would we end up eating eagle for Thanksgiving? I don't want to eat eagle. That's just gross. This question says, Ava, how do I communicate with cats? I want to know what my cat is trying to tell me. Alexis. Well, Alexis, you don't need to worry about communicating with your cat because the only thing they're thinking of is, are you the person who's going to give me food? And all that meowing, purring, and jumping on you doesn't mean anything. All they want at the end of the day is food. This question says, Hi, Ava. What do I do if Santa only brings me presents that were on my list? And what does Santa do when it's not Christmas time? This person didn't give their name, but I'm still going to answer it anyways. I'm a kid, so I'm an expert in all things Santa. And one thing he wants you to know is that you should be thankful for any gift you get. And that's also a really good rule in life. And what he's not doing when it's Christmas time is he's probably on vacation, probably in Hawaii, Paris, maybe even Japan. But don't worry, that vacation doesn't last so long because he has to focus on his naughty and nice list because that's just an everyday job. That's all the time that we have for today. If you have any questions and need some advice, email me at ava@braincastinglive.com. All the information you use on the screen below. Now remember, I'm Ava, and I know things. Happy Thanksgiving!
Thanks, Ava, and thanks for that information on eagles. Very, very good point. All right, I think it's time for some intergalactic weather.
Time now for your Weekend Funky Forecast. I'm Mariologist Martin Farrell, once again at Monster Mini Golf with locations in Marietta, Georgia, as well as Bethel and Orange, Connecticut. So jumping into the time machine for just a moment, Connecticut is where this all began. Started up in Danielson, that's where Monster Mini Golf rose up off the slab. Franchising began. The first franchised location opened in Groton, Connecticut. This little friend right here, lounging on his crashed spacecraft, this was one of the original golf course creations. So my curiosity began to germinate as to whether or not other interstellar travelers had actually made the journey to visit the New England area. And what I found, a list revealed that the local cosmic tourism tempo was downright anemic. Now, I'm not judging, I'm simply just reporting. So, first documented sighting, 1639 over Boston Harbor by the then Massachusetts governor. 1808, documented UFO sighting up in Maine. Big jump, 1961, East Mountain Radar Base, Vermont, and Barney and Betty Hill in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. They saw something strange in the sky. They believe it was the same thing. 1965, back up in Exeter, New Hampshire. The wilds of New Hampshire, a hotbed for UFO activity. 1967, Woonsocket, Rhode Island, produced some of the most iconic photographs of their day. You may have seen them, black and white, saucer. Of course, the top of the swing set in the backyard was a little odd to me. But once again, no judging, just reporting. 1976, the Allagash abductions. 4 campers in Allagash, Maine, claimed that they were taken, studied, prodded, and released. However, 2 years ago, one of the participants came clean and said, financial motivation, it was a hoax. This brings us back to Connecticut, 1987, and the Newtown lights. Over 200 people reported seeing a large semicircle of colored lights in the sky, flooding police department homes. There you have it. If any such activity is going to happen this weekend, it will pass unnoticed as we're going to have overcast skies straight through the weekend. Let's get to the forecast, shall we? Friday, scattered showers in the morning, clouds in the afternoon, high 56. Saturday, clouds all day long, high 54. And Sunday, more clouds and more moderate temperatures, but high 53. That gives us a quality quotient for the entire weekend of 5 out of 10. Now, mind you, should be a 4. But I gave it an extra point because any precipitation falling from the sky in this region at this time of year deserves an extra point. Keep in mind, forecast inside every Monster Mini Golf on this planet is always 10 out of 10. That could be your Weekend Funky Forecast. I'm Martiologist Martin Farrell. Back to you, Cassiopeia.
Cassiopeia? You can remember Cassiopeia, but you can't remember Christina? All right, no problem, Iggy. Thank you for that intergalactic forecast, and now I need to go shopping. Welcome to this week's Creatively Earning segment. And, well, it's the holiday season, and we're all sometimes stuck with buying gifts for people that we kind of have to buy gifts for, but we don't really want to buy gifts for, but you do it anyway because it's the right thing to do. Well, I've come up with a cool list of gifts that you will actually enjoy giving those people, or as I call it, sarcastic gift giving. So, gift number 1, this is for the girl that thinks you love her, but you don't. All right. So this is a pair of diamond earrings. These are beautiful, not expensive, look rich or not. And for the girl that's really expecting that little box with the ring in it, again, so in love, you not so much, a diamond ring. Yep, wonderful. Easily purchased on Etsy.com. Next up, for the girl or guy, I guess, that has so many shoes and all they ever want is shoes and shoes and more shoes, well, how about this? Get them a pair of edible loafers. This way there, you get them what they want, but then they're gone. Easy. From here, we're going to go over to the overachieving friend. Every time you do something, they do something better. Well, how about this? Let's get them an expert level jigsaw puzzle. We'll give it to them at Christmas. We'll leave them in a room and we'll see them in 6 or 7 months. Easy. And then for the rocker dude, the guy, the girl, we all have the rocker dude in our life. These are really cool. These are Kiss by Monster Mini Golf air guitar strings, and they're really inexpensive, and they're actual air guitar strings. So if you got a rocker dude friend, odds are they have an air guitar. Well, here you go. You're helping them out. Air guitar strings by Monster Mini Golf, available at Kiss by Monster Mini Golf in Las Vegas at the Rio Hotel. And then last but not least, this one's really weird. Not really sure I recommend doing it, but props for this guy who did post it on Craigslist. This is a living elf on the shelf. Weird, weird, weird. Anyway, this guy really did post this ad, and it was taken down shortly thereafter. But anyway, for $100 an hour, I will come to your holiday party dressed as an elf on a shelf, and I'll sit in any location you assign me while I stare emptily at your guests for the duration of the event, which is kind of what the elf on the shelf does. He's really creepy. I specialize in holiday-themed events, either yours or unexpected friends, but I also offer contracted, private investigation, babysitting services. Still weird, still weird. All right. Please inquire about these rates as they are negotiable based on task at hand. My services have been high in demand this season, so I now require at least 48 hours notice in advance of any bookings, and I appreciate your understanding. I don't think this guy actually understands anything, but hey, that's okay. Thank you and happy holidays. Signed, whatever you want my name to be. This is probably listed in more than one area on Craigslist, but hey, it was taken down, and I think that's kind of cool. Next up, let's go give away a $300 party pass. We do this on every episode of the Not So Yucky News, and if you go to monsterminigolf.com/party pass, you can be entered to win a $300 party pass to any Monster Mini Golf location of your choice. And you can use this party pass for birthday parties, a corporate event, team building, anything you want does not matter. This is our way at Monster Mini Golf of paying it forward, especially for the holiday seasons when your money's going everywhere in the world. So how do we do this? Well, you go to monsterminigolf.com/party pass, you enter to win, and then we pop up this cool little randomizer. We call it the Glozo randomizer because he's the last hole on our golf course. And we shove all the names in there. And we get thousands of names for every episode. And they spin around. And I'm going to count backwards from 5. And when we hit 0, well, that's the winner. So you guys ready? Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bam. And Mary Bryant, you are this episode's $300 party pass winner to Monster Mini Golf. Yay! You can even have a holiday party if you want. So thank you. And next up, we are going to go see maybe tomorrow's kids. I forgot where I was doing.
Hi, I'm Sienna Hernandez, and welcome to tomorrow's Grown-Ups on the Not So Yucky News. This is a little bit of a different episode. Today, we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving and what really Thanksgiving is about. Yeah, you might be, well, Sienna, it's obviously about giving thanks. Well, yeah, it's in the title, but there's more meaning to giving thanks. I know what I'm thankful for. My coaches, my teacher, my family, my boss, Bob John Chicken, my number one fan, Sophia. I'm thankful for all those things. But do they know I'm thankful for them? I mean, saying thank you it's a lot. But is it enough sometimes? You should show that you're thankful. by doing the chores when no one asks. And you may be thinking I'm just talking to the kids out there, but I'm talking to you too, grown-ups. You could call a relative you haven't talked to in a while. Text someone. Ask someone to come over and hang out. Because not a lot of people during this time, in the holiday time, have families to celebrate with. And that's sad. They could be working. If you see someone working on a holiday, tell them thank you. Because they're doing their job when you're off having fun. I know that a lot of people don't have families to celebrate with. Invite them over. Celebrate Kwanzaa with them, Hanukkah with them, Christmas with them, any holiday. Celebrate with them. Because they deserve a family too. And you don't have to be blood related, because that's not really what family's about. And that's why #ThanksShowing should be a new thing. I think that this is something very important to me, and everybody should try it out there. I know that I'm going to try it after I'm done. I'm Sienna Hernandez for the Not So Yucky News. This year, do Thanksshowing instead of Thanksgiving. Bye.
Thanks, Sienna. That was a great segment, and I think #ThanksShowing is a wonderful idea. Now it's time for some rock. Well, it's time for the Love of Rock. And if you're wondering what the Love of Rock is, well, each episode we give away a pair of concert tickets to somebody out there to the show of their choice at some date in some city. It's really that easy. And if you want to enter and tell us why you think you deserve a pair of concert tickets, go to braincastinglive.com/love of rock. All you have to do is tell us who you are, where you want to go see the show, what show you'd like to see, and when. It's that simple. And then most importantly, to me anyway, is why. And the reason I ask why is because this is pretty much a pay it forward from, well, us at the Not So Yucky News. And each episode, when we give away a pair of concert tickets, we usually spend anywhere from, I'd say, $300 or so to $500 or $600 for a pair, because concert tickets have become unaffordable for a lot of people. And that's why we do this segment. We do feel that music is very, very important to life in general. But, and this is a but, so we're going to go but on this little episode. When I was reading this week, and we've been doing this for a while now, when I was reading, I would go from one email to another email that says, "Dear Not So Yucky News, I want to go see whoever." It doesn't matter whether it's a Rolling Stones or Kiss or Barry Manilow. It didn't matter. Every single email started with, "This is why I want to go see these people, and I would like to be seated in the first 10 rows, the first row. I want to meet the band. Can you get me a free instrument? Can you do this? Can you do that?" And this is why people who give things away end up not doing it anymore, because it becomes no good deed goes unpunished. I actually have people messaging me on Facebook saying, "Hey, I just entered. By the way, I know you, so I should have better odds." That's not what this is about at all. And I want to continue to do this because I think it's a good thing. And I think there are people who haven't even seen a concert ever in their life. So while I was going through all these greedy emails, and I'm serious because they were really greedy. That was not nice. I was watching TV, and that was what was on in the background was, well, California was burning down. I mean, there's so many people who have lost homes and belongings and animals and possessions. This is not what is important. You sitting in the front row when you've seen 55 versions of the same band is not what this was all about. And I don't know if anybody out there, and I'm sure there are some people out there who have actually experienced the loss of your home or been homeless or just got up one day and realized my house burned down, and you're standing there or sitting there and you realize you don't even have a toothbrush. So I looked at that and I thought about what I was doing, and I said I could either give away and spend $500 on concert tickets this week to somebody that just wants something more than they deserve, or I can take that money and I can donate it to the Wildfire Association. So guess what I did? So this week, our Love of Rock money is going to the California wildfire donations. And this is kind of a cool website. It is called directrelief.org. And here's what they do. These are for California wildfires. Direct Relief is a humanitarian aid organization active in all 50 states. So they help all kinds of people in all kinds of trouble. And more than 80 countries, including the 50 states, with a mission to improve the health and lives of people affected by poverty or emergencies. And the most important part, they do this without regard to politics, religion, or the ability to pay. That made me feel good this week, and I think they deserve some money. So again, if you want to enter Love of Rock, we're happy to buy you a pair of concert tickets, but be humble. Be thankful for what you already have. And if you'd like to enter, go to braincastinglive.com/Love of Rock. That's it for the Love of Rock, and we're going to roll right into our end time story. And we've obviously been on a kind of festive Thanksgiving, Christmas kind of kick, and this is just the beginning of this season. So we're going to end this with a little bit of what Thanksgiving is all about. And even though the first Thanksgiving was pretty much one culture wiping out another culture, well, and then it evolved into a bunch of animated specials about corn maze and big belt buckles. So we've all learned to kind of accept that, but Thanksgiving should be about the blending of all cultures. That's what we should be thankful for, that we as humans can speak to other humans in a civil way. And I think that John F. Kennedy probably has had one of the nicest and most thoughtful quotes on Thanksgiving of all. He said, "As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them." That says it all. But most of all, what should we be thankful for this Thanksgiving? Well, be thankful you're not a turkey. Yep, because you think you got it rough? This guy? Way worse, way worse. All right, so that does wrap up our show. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. And if you'd like to watch the Not So Yucky news, you can catch us on braincastinglive.com, youtube.com, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Apple, Google, and Fire TV, Google Play, Etch-a-Sketch, and of course, facebooklive.com. See you later. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.